Locations in BIM360 create a location breakdown structure. This breakdown structure is a set of hierarchical data that represents the structure or layout of the construction project and has one or more aspects depending on the stages of the project. For example, floors and rooms describe a physical area of the project. We can then link documents to these locations and define areas for each location so we can automatically populate these in issues and checklists when a pushpin is used in that document. To add locations, you need to be a project administrator. Here I'm going to select the module selector, then choose Project Admin. Then if I choose the Services tab and select Document Management, this will then show the Locations section. Here I can select locations and it launches a new window where I can define the locations within the project. Firstly, we're going to show you the manual process. You can simply select the Add button and then add a location. Here I'm going to use this as the ground floor. Then select the blue tick to continue. This has now added a ground floor location. Within the ground floor, I can then add in subsequent sub-locations. We have the ability within the locations module to add 6 different tiers of locations. Selecting over the ground floor, I can select the More menu and then use the options to add before, add after, add sub-locations or remove the existing location. Here I'm going to add a sub-location. In here I can now add locations for each of the exam rooms within my project. Once you're happy, select the blue tick. We've now created a ground floor location with a sub-location of exam room 1-1. We can now repeat the process to add more sub-locations. We can then also add in locations above the exam rooms. If we select the project at the top, we can now add a sub-location to the project of the first floor. Selecting the blue tick will now add in the top level first floor. Again, we can now add in sub-locations. Select the blue tick to continue and repeat this process to add all the rooms that we require in the project. Whilst this can seem a time-consuming process, we can also use the ability to import a predefined Excel template. You have the option to download the existing template and this will launch in Excel. This example comes with a blank first page where you fill out the 6-tiered structure that you require for the locations. It also comes with some examples of how to add the information that you require. It's important to note that if you import a template, it will overwrite the existing data. You must enter your data into the empty template, which is the first tab. Only the first sheet will be imported. It must be an Excel file and must not exceed 10 megabytes in size. Every row that is added into the template is a unique location, and it's important to note that the rows are inserted based upon the order that they are listed within the template. As part of the dataset, we can import a predefined template with all the locations required that match the dataset models. Selecting the Import button, then choosing Dataset, and then choosing the Locations template, select Open. You will now see that this is added in the ground floor and the second floor locations with each of the individual rooms defined. Selecting the Import button will now import these 59 locations. Select Import to complete the task and we've now added all the different locations required. When working with locations, we can also define areas that match the plans within the project. Selecting the treatment room, you will now see that we can link in a document. Selecting the Add button will allow us to link a floor plan to this location. Selecting Add, then expanding Floor Plans, Student 1, we can now choose the ground floor sheet. Selecting the Add button will now link it to this location. Once we have a document linked to location, we can now define on plan the exact location of that area. Selecting the document hyperlink, we can go into the definition phase. Here we can draw an area around the treatment room that reflects this location in the real world. Selecting the dots to trace the perimeter of the room, we can select Enter on the keyboard to confirm that location. Once the location is added, it will hatch the area of that room. Notice the nodes around each side of the area. These can then be dragged and changed to change the size and shape of the area. Once we are happy with the area, select Done. Once a location has a linked document, it will show in the list with having one linked document. It will also then show a symbol to denote that we have defined the custom area as part of that document location. This then completes the process for adding locations within BIM 360. These locations will then be automatically available when issues and checklist drop-downs, and also when we place push pins in the plans area, the location will automatically be populated. To finish the process, close the window to go back to the services screen.